Alright, so I asked about 20 people what they thought of when they thought of bad health. Well, the most common answers was drinking, drugs, smoking, not getting enough exercise, and not getting enough physical activity. What about stress? I mean, over the past couple of weeks for this speech project, I've been doing research up on stress, and it couldn't have come at a better time, you know. I mean, I'm in college, and this is going to be one of the most stressful parts of my life. And chances are it's going to be one of the most stressful parts of your lives, too. And for some of you, it will be the most stressful part of your life. So, there are negative effects of stress, there are ways to alleviate that stress, and there are positive health benefits to remaining stress-free. So I'm going to talk about those three topics today, starting with the negative effects of stress. According to Eric Jarvis, who's kind of like the head honcho guy of the whole medical field at Duke University, he's quoted in the text of Rees and Campbell saying that if you have chronic stress or just kind of stress all the time, your immune system can be suppressed. So that means you can get sick, and if you get sick, you can miss a day of school, and if you do that, you can fall behind, and you might fall behind on homework, and that can give you more stress, and it'll just be a vicious cycle, and I don't like that. It can also lead to heart disease, and I don't like that either. So I definitely don't want stress, even though this speech is giving me stress. And according to Mariska von Alst, who worked with a team of about 10 doctors, she wrote a book, 5-Minute Health Fixes. In that book, she says that when you have stress, you can't remember past memories as well, which is the reason why sometimes when we're taking tests or giving speeches, we can choke and can't remember what's going on. Having stress also makes it so you can't create memories as well either. So when you're in class and you're under stress, you might not be able to learn as well because you can't create memories as well. So thankfully there are some ways to alleviate that stress. One of the ways, according to Loma Linda University, which is one of the big health or natural health centers in the world, is to laugh. It doesn't matter if it's just a fake laugh or a real laugh or what kind of laugh it is. It can be a weird laugh. It doesn't matter as long as you laugh, ha ha ha. Your stress will go down. And here's like the holy grail of relieving stress. It's to exercise. Like, exercise is just so important no matter what it can help so much in so many different ways, and stress, it can definitely help. And according to Edward Cregan, another way to relieve stress is to just breathe. To really focus on breathing, I'm not going to breathe because I have like a stuffy nose and that sounds disgusting, but if you breathe really slowly in through your nose and visualize that breath of air going into your lungs and going back out again, focusing on that one thing will really help distress your body. Edward Cregan, who, by the way, works at the Mayo Clinic, says that stress can be caused when like a billion things are going on in your head at one time. And doing like that breath of air will make you just focus on one. In a sense, it's like your brain is just all bottled up with anger, and focusing on that one thing is kind of like letting your brain yell and get it out of its system. Another thing, according to Edward Cregan, is you just have to take charge of something. It doesn't matter. It could be like a fast food. You know, if you eat fast food like once a day, like that's not really healthy, as he says, but as long as you take charge and say, I'm going to eat that hamburger today, instead of saying something like, oh, I don't want to eat that hamburger, but it tastes good, your stress will actually go down. So now that we know some ways to alleviate that stress, let's look at some of the incentives. Like I said before, stress makes it so your brain doesn't work as well. It can also work the opposite. When you don't have stress, you can create memories more vividly than you could before. And you can also remember past events better. So say if you're taking a test and you're not stressed out, chances are you're going to remember that material better than if you were like stressed out and choking up. And this is going back to Mariska von Alst. She says that when you have stress, you have more visceral fat, and that visceral fat gets stored in the stomach area. And for those who care, visceral fat is toxic, so it also is bad for your whole body. And the final health benefit, there's a ton more, but I only have like 6 minutes, is that you can sleep a whole lot better. This means you're more energized and your life is just pretty much better. So in the end, I think the average person does need to pay attention or more attention to stress. And now that I've talked about stress, hopefully you guys can see some of the negative effects of stress and ways to fix that. So stress is an inevitable part, but if you really want to, just take a moment, step back, and if you're stressed out, try to deal with it. Thank you.